Greetings, French horn players. This is Derek Brown. Thanks so much for being willing to play on my tune Breakdown. I hope you're up for some experimentation. You guys actually aren't even going to be playing onto the body of your instruments. All you need for this piece are a stop mute and your mouthpiece. Yes, I know this is a trumpet mouthpiece, but it's all I've got for this video, so bear with me. We can make it work. So thanks for being willing to try something different. Let's just break into each individual section just so you know exactly what's going on and what I'm hoping for. At 13, you have this whistling part. You'll hear it in the mix, but it's just this. Take that last note that everyone whistles, and then you're going to go down a whole step. The third bar of 21, in the midst of your singing, you guys are actually going to take part in this breaking down of your instrument, where you're going to be, like the trumpets we're doing, kind of forcefully yanking out a different one, each of you, slide from your instrument. Now, I didn't specify which valve slide to pull out because your instruments are all so different sometimes. Many times there's one or two in the back that might be the easiest to yank out, or like your tuning slide, or the individual valve slides could be the easiest, like that first one, the second, or the third one. And mainly what I'm going for, as you can see on your score, is, so French horns 1 and 2, you're going to be pulling out one valve together. It could be different ones, but that's kind of a middle pitch sound. And then French horn number 3, you're going to pull out like a higher one, if that's one of the ones on the back, or maybe that second valve in the middle. Just so you can hear on the trumpet, kind of going for something like that kind of sound, or like this, that kind of sound. So if we can have a clip, plop, except each of you, you're only pulling out one. And then after you do that, a few measures later, you can put it back in. But you're basically not going to be blowing into the full instrument anyways, so it doesn't really matter. So that's up to you guys to experiment to find which of those pitches. And once again, it's just going to be horns 1 and 2, horn 3 and 4, just right on quarter notes like that. And then you're right back to your singing. Then at measure 30, you're going to do this technique I have a lot of musicians doing in the band called bottle topping air. So if you imagine an old glass Coca-Cola bottle that you would go and get a sound, or like a pan flute player, instead of blowing directly into the small end of your mouthpiece, you're going to be blowing across from the tip. So instead of this, you're going to go, which gets a little bit more of a pitch, like a whistle tone. And so you're going to be doing that. You can have it touch your lip there. And then if it has a plus on it, you're going to put the palm of your hand on the end, totally seal it off, and O means to open it. So you have at 30, you have ready to go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then changes to 3. And you can see that, notice the legato and the staccato. You just have this driving tap, tap, tap. That's a very important pulse. At 47, you're actually going to be pounding your mouthpiece against your palm, the large part. So it's going to go 1, repeat, and so forth. And then at 4 after 56, you're going to pound the large end, the cork side of your stop mute, into the palm of your hand. And preferably, if you can remove it quickly, you can get this like kind of water droplet sound. If you don't remove it, it just makes that sound. If you remove it quickly, it's kind of hard to hear on this video, but it's going wah, wah, wah. It's not a big deal if it doesn't, but so you're going 3, 4. And then 4 before 80, you're going to, it says buzz into your mouthpiece, the tonic pitch C. That's your C, but it's the tonic of the song at this point. It's all kind of in this F minor song. And so you're going to buzz that note. And instead of articulating this with your tongue, I want you to kind of flick the side of it, and it can kind of give this, it gives this bent pitch, but it's kind of electronic wah, 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 wah. So it's going to be this note. So you go 1. You'll be able to do that better than me. And flick it, of course, to the side, so it's not pushing into your mouth. It's just kind of moving on your embouchure. And see if you can get a cool sound with that. At 88, it has you bottle top again into the small end of the mouthpiece. This is just the same as before. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 2. And your tone will be different than this trumpet mouthpiece. So play confidently with what you got. At 96, you're going to free buzz directly into the small hole of the stop mute to create this low tonic C-pitched throaty buzzy sound. So it's into the small end of this. And I say free buzz, you maybe can do it without it, but if you can do that, it kind of helps make it a little bit easier. Worst comes to worst, you could actually put your mouthpiece. I just find it's easier to get it lower with free buzzing like that without the mouthpiece in there. And so once again, tonic C, it's the key of the song, F minor, and you're gonna use your hand plus for the close and open. Just listen, use your ears to get the tonic. And so forth. Then at 108, a lot of the band is doing this. You're just going to be doing these kind of like wave breath breathing sounds, breathing in and out through. And this part is actually, it says through the horn while slowly opening and closing the other end with your hand. So you could put your mouthpiece on. You could even have the mouthpiece off. If you didn't even want to have the horn, you could do it into your mute if you wanted. I'm just going to do it in the mute for this. So it's going to be something like 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 1, 2, breathe out. Breathe in. And like I said, using your hand in the bell, you can kind of disturb the air. So it's going, so breathing in. Or if it was, that actually works best, I think, on the small end of that. So, or into the horn, however you want. It can be aleatoric. It's kind of up to you to have some expression there. At 124, there's a possibility of some scatting, but then at 128, you actually have a part. You're going to be doing some kind of vocal beatboxing, which just means going taka as I have written under there. But you're going to be putting up your mouthpiece up to your mouth on all the upbeat eighth notes. So every 3rd and 4th 16th. And this is going to be the small end that you're bottle topping, kind of like what we've done before. So you've got this. So when you're doing the taka, I would have your lips already in the small kind of whistling position. And you'll go. 1, 2, 3, E into 4, E into. You can mess around if you want side to side or up and down. Pretty simple. You can do some singing at 136. At 140, here I have you blow directly towards the small of the end piece, but this is not bottle topping. I don't want you to get a pitch with this. I just want air sounds. So this one you're blowing directly towards it without your lips touching. And same thing, opening and closing. So we've got and so forth. 148, this is the totally aleatoric section at section 2. When that's cued, it says to improvise a flappy, or I could have said floppy, free buzz into the large end of the stop mute, creating a growling monstrous sounds. Use hands at the other end for a while. So this you're just trying to sound monstrous. So here, think of like, don't even think of like free buzz. Think about like when you were a toddler and playing with your trucks and whatever, or jackhammers. The flappier, the better. You could do some fluttering at the sound. Just kind of crazy, monstrous sound effects. At 151, right before that, you're going to play again, once again, that low F, but a cue for that, because there won't have been pitches going on, you won't have heard that big F minor chord, is the timpani is going to be doing whoa, when they're going to end going down all the way to a they're going to play a low C, your C, and then when you're cued in, you're going to do the free buzz and the small end just like you did before, but just with these kind of bends. So you'll go 2, 3, 4. And so forth. Then at 163, pickups to 163, blow once again directly towards the small end of your mouthpiece. That's it. I'm not touching my lips. If you touch your lips, you don't really hear much. 167, free buzz, a flappy kick drum beat sound into the large end of the stop mute. Here, you're just going for kind of like a kick drum beatbox going 1. You could do it without, but there's just something about doing it into this that gives it just a little bit more of a, I don't know, artificial quality, which I'm going for. 181, blowing directly into the small end of the mouthpiece again. You're kind of going back and forth with this. 3, 1, 2, 3. You'll hear that groove, that rhythm being played elsewhere. And then finally at 197, you're still doing the same thing. Now you're just using your palm and you're getting some eighth notes. So you have notice when you need to take a breath, because it's nonstop. I did a suck in. Just trying to make it percussive with the breathing in. It doesn't really matter. There's 4 of you or 5 of you doing this, so you know if you have to stagger breathe, that's not the end of the world. And that's the end. So once again, I'm sorry you're not playing your normal French horn stuff, but you have plenty of tunes where you really do that. So hopefully you can have fun making some of these sounds. Thanks again for playing it. Take care.